Over in the pages of Scarlet Witch's ongoing series over in the Marvel Universe, Wanda Maximoff opened up a magic shop called the Emporium. And given the fact that it is Wanda Maximoff, there always has to be a twist. And that twist was realized in the form of the last door, which is a door in Wanda's magic shop that people only come out of if they need help. One of the first individuals who came out of the last door was none other than Darcy Lewis herself over for the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And Darcy was troubled by something that she'd been keeping from Wanda for a very long time. In the last issue of Scarlet Witch, we learned that Darcy accidentally murdered a sect sister of the Petit and angered an incredibly powerful warrior formerly known as Hippolyta, now known as Scythia. My name is Aracle Braddock, and today let's go ahead and dive into the pages of Scarlet Witch issue number 5 to see how Wanda's rematch over with a powered-up Scythia turns out. But before we get deeper into the video, I want to go ahead and encourage you to consider subscribing to the channel and hitting that like button if you enjoy our content. I want to go ahead and introduce Scarlet Witch issue 5 with Marvel Comics solicitation text for the issue. Just when the Scarlet Witch thinks she's shielded Darcy Lewis from their new enemy's vendetta, Scythia returns. Covered in armor made from the same anti-magic rock Wanda's been studying, can Wanda defend Darcy and herself against a warrior who's immune to magic? I want to introduce the creative team on Scarlet Witch 5. This one is written over from SteveOrlando, featuring artwork from Russell Dauterman, colors from Matthew Wilson, and letters from VC's Cory, Petit. The cover for the issue is also illustrated by Russell Dauterman. Here's a quick look over on the cover for Scarlet Witch number 5. I really enjoy how this cover shows Wanda's really epic and actually kind of down and dirty fight over with Scythia from the Petit over in this issue. And one of the things that's super intriguing about this particular chapter of the Scarlet Witch is one of my personal favorite artists, Russell Dauterman, is actually contributing over to the interior art for this issue. And I want to spend a few moments just kind of basking in the unconventional page layouts, the incredibly precise facial expressions, and the incredible interiors that Dauterman lends over to the issue. I really enjoy this page's kind of panel composition with how it has one sort of key panel, and in the background there's a couple of smaller panels, but it's really focused on the motion. And that's what I really enjoy about Dauterman's art, is Dauterman always finds a super interesting way to tell the story to get readers really immersed over in the story. In these moments featuring kind of more talking head scenes, I was honestly struck with how much precision Dauterman was able to capture through the facial expressions of both kind of Darcy and Wanda over in this issue. In every single panel, there's some sort of emotion or actual like physical motion on the page that's super interesting. And again, like the way this page is framed is interesting too, because there's this one panel that's kind of a circle, and then there's all these smaller panels in the issue, but the panel with the circle kind of gives way over to some negative space. The way that Dauterman really lays out these pages is just absolutely mind-blowing. And I think when you get kind of deeper into some of the script for the issue, it's just so fascinating to see Wanda's battle over with the powered up Scythia here, when Scythia kind of crashes into Wanda's shop with a plane over to kind of kick off their big battle in the story after she's been powered up. Thanks to the last issue, is absolutely kind of a thrilling moment in the issue. I really appreciate the fact that this is a more kind of visceral issue. This is a more like up and in your face chapter of the Scarlet Witch, ongoing kind of as a whole. There have been kind of a couple slow moments in the tale. So getting a couple action-packed issues, I think, is just a great way to bring readers kind of deeper and deeper into the story. And I really appreciate the fact that Russell Dauterman is able to kind of capture Wanda get really kind of in the mud over with Scythia in this tale. When Wanda and Scythia are directly kind of trading blows with their fists, there are so many incredible pages to look at over from Dauterman. There's one page that's full of kind of smaller panels There's a page that shows kind of endless action with no panel borders. There's just so many interesting ways that Dauterman is able to tell a story kind of throughout this issue. And I appreciate just the unconventional approach that Dauterman brings to the series and how he was able to capture one of the issues that had, the most climactic fights over between Wanda and Scythia in the issue yet. And plus, after the battle kind of wraps up over in the story, I think Russell Dauterman manages to capture these talking head scenes incredibly well and gets so much kind of fascinating characterization over from Darcy Lewis. Author SteveOrlando has been able to kind of craft their relationship really kind of slowly and steadily. It's been interesting to see how Darcy has this kind of mischievous behavior and how Wanda sort of reacts to it in a more friendly and calm tone. Honestly, the sort of rapport between these two characters is really helping kind of fill out some of the extended material in Scarlet Witch, and I think is making this ongoing, I think, feel a little bit more kind of, close and deep with the character. Plus, I love how previous issues of Scarlet Witch have focused so closely on Wanda's family as well. I feel like this book has gotten incredibly personal over with Wanda Maximoff. Now, unfortunately, I don't want to give away the cliffhanger, but what I do want to go ahead and say is it does involve the X-Men, and there is an absolutely sort of massive cliffhanger over in this issue that was absolutely sort of delightful to read. This cliffhanger is going to have material implications on not only the X-Men, but future issues of Scarlet Witch in several kind of elements around that story. If you are a big fan of the property and appreciate kind of Darcy Lewis and various X-Men plot threads, I think you're going to have a really fantastic time over with this issue. And of course, it's fantastic to get some of that Russell Dauterman artwork over in the series. So overall here, I'm incredibly happy with this special issue of Scarlet Witch featuring some wonderful interiors over from Russell Dauterman. I think Dauterman's interiors really, delivered over in this issue, and we got some really kind of beautiful and nimble fight scenes with complicated and fascinating page layouts. And I really have gone to appreciate some of Dauterman's expressions for the various characters as well. And I really think that you're going to want to go ahead and check out the final couple pages of this issue because it features an ending that could definitely have some really strong implications for future X-Men titles. So I want to know from you, what were some of your thoughts over on Scarlet Witch number 5? Do you enjoy an issue of a comic book with a huge fight scene over with the Scarlet Witch? Let me know down in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for coming to check out the issue, and we'll be back for all things X-Men and the Scarlet Witch in the near future. Thanks so much, and I'll see you soon. Bye.